Big news this evening is that all of us are EPI and not VIP. That is, every person is important. That's the message coming in from the Prime Minister. A day before the Union Cabinet's decision to scrap the red beacons is set to come in effect. The Prime Minister made a call for eliminating the VIP culture, and this is just a start. Addressing the nation in his Mann Ki Baat address, the Prime Minister said all the red beacons are being physically removed from cars. There is still a red beacon representing the VIP culture thriving in people's mind, and that's why he said, let's scrap the VIP word altogether, replace it with EPI culture, because every person is important in our country. Everyone is a VIP, is what he had tweeted earlier as well. Let's take you through the reactions that are coming in at this point of time as Netas are removing the red beacon from their cars to come in effect from tomorrow. When the Prime Minister says that every person is important, it's a historic decision that the NDA government had taken on April 19th, when they had said that red beacon should be removed from every car. There is no exception. Motor Vehicle Act of 108, Part 1 and Part 3 is scrapped. State and centre can no longer decide who gets red beacon, who does not. Let's just do away with red beacons except for beacons for emergency services and also for the law enforcement agencies. So why the legacy fight now, which has been sparked off? Congress, we have from Congress right now, Dr. Nasir Hussain, who is joining us. We have Ghanshyam Tiwari, who's spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, who is joining us. And also joining us today evening is Nupur Sharma of the BJP. Now, Nupur, first coming to you, because this is the allegation from the Congress, and let's get to the heart of the story. Decision taken by the cabinet well into, after 2014, well 3 years, almost 3 years into your term. Why the decision of scrapping red beacon A so late? And B, as the Congress is saying that it's actually after the Supreme Court's judgment in 2013, which said that state and centre should not expand a scope of who gets Lal Batti. There should be a decision to mull over it.
So, I would like to say that half knowledge is twice as dangerous, and what Mr. Manish Tiwari just said on television was only half-baked knowledge. It is obviously a Supreme Court judgment which came in 2013, but they exempted 15 categories of VVIPs who could use flashers and 27 other categories of other higher dignitaries. Only these categories were exempted from the ban of use of red beacons. Now, what this government is doing is, it wants to change the mindset of entitlement amongst those people who tend to believe they become all-powerful, and they thus create the us and them divide. Us being the powerful politicians and them being the general public. They started by actually removing 1,500 squatters, mind you, including our own party people, from May 2014 to August 2016. In 2 years and 4 months, they removed 1,500. That's a large number of squatters, including BJP party administrative people as well. And now this decision, wherein they have done away with the exempted list as allowed by the Supreme Court of 15 VVIP categories and 27 other higher dignitaries.
But why wait till 3 years into your tenure to do that?
I think it is
you have Amrinder Singh, the new Punjab Chief Minister, who's taken the decision in the first cabinet meeting to do away with red beacons. Why wait for 3 more years to realize that there is a Lal Batti culture that needs to be ended?
There is, I'm sorry, is it only Lal Batti? That's what I'm trying to say. It is the culture of entitlement. It is not only Lal Batti. If you heard what the Prime Minister said, it is that Lal Batti gaadi se hati hai, dimag se kab hategi. Those 1,500 squatters, which now some of them have also gone to the court because they feel they are entitled to be continuing to live even in those Lutyens bungalow on the taxpayers' money, almost at a highly subsidized rate, because they were once powerful.
So Nupur, by a logic, Nupur, let me get Dr. Hussain also answer this. Let me get Dr. Hussain, because I have a question for you which I want to ask you in the course of this debate, that Lal Batti done, what next? Now also our politicians should give up privileges as well, perks as well, if it's also about serving the public and being the true servant of the public. Dr. Hussain, this is the point which is coming from the Congress. What did you do? Now why are you crying? Because in Supreme Court's judgment in 2013, it is very clear. They said don't expand the scope of dignitaries who can get Lal Batti, and also mull over the decision of how state and centre should divide the list among themselves. Why was the UPA government sitting on it? Why didn't the UPA government take a decision earlier to claim their right to the Aam Aadmi rights, as now BJP is quoting it?
So I think I first need to respond to the BJP spokesperson who was trying to mention Mr. Manish Tiwari, the Congress spokesperson, a bit earlier. So I think the BJP has won the election in 2014. Now it is 2017. The Prime Minister, in his election campaigns, he went all over the country speaking about all kind of things, including the ending of VVIP racism in this country. But I think he had to wait for 3 years, and he had to wait for one Congress Chief Minister, the newly elected Chief Minister in Punjab, Mr. Amrinder Singh, to go out and announce that red beacons will be out, and then he is going to end this entire culture. After that, I think taking a cue from his decision, Yogi Adityanath, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, I think he went ahead and he said that we will end this culture. Only after this, the union government woke up, and one fine day he is out to cleanse the mindset of the entire generation of politicians in this country. I think we had to applaud the Prime Minister, and we had to applaud all the BJP people who are taking a very high moral ground.
So EPI culture is a reflection. All right, Dr. Hussain, I got your point. So Nupur is the EPI culture, and the entire terminology that now the Prime Minister is talking about, every person is important, is an afterthought. After the Punjab Chief Minister has taken the lead, even the 49-day government of Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal had said we will not use Lal Batti. So it is a cause which has already been espoused, and you are too late on it.
No, all I really want to ask the Congress party simply is, why did they wait for the Supreme Court to come up with a judgment? They were in power for 10 years. What stopped them from absolutely eroding this VVIP culture? And even after December 2013, when this judgment came, they're still in power for next 4 months.
Dr. Hussain, your response to that, very quickly. Dr. Hussain, your response to that. I want to get Ghanshyam Tiwari also in, but first your response. Go ahead, Dr. Hussain, your response to that.
See, I think this country has seen n number of practices that had been practiced during the British government. We had inherited a semi-colonial country, and after that, there have been n number of practices that has been used over the years. I think in different parts of the country, different states have practiced different things, and at times the Supreme Court has intervened, at times there have been public interest litigation on various issues, at times the state governments, at times the political parties have woken up to different issues. I think this has been debated for quite some time in the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
No, the debate has gone on, sir.
It is not
the debate has gone on. It is about the reflection which the UPA government had when they said Congress ka haath Aam Aadmi ke saath.
I have a question, Devina, please.
Yes, go ahead, Nupur. Okay, go ahead, Nupur. I'll give you the chance. Go ahead.
I have a question, please.
Yes.
So, are you accepting, Dr. Hussain, that under your rule you were actually ruling India as a colony? Because you just said it. Many practices were there. They carried on. I mean, in 2005, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, we were not exactly a British colony. So, are you now saying that Congress party and UPA governments were actually ruling India as a colony, a British colony? That was your mindset, and this is exactly what we're trying to do away with. First the squatters, now the mindset of Lal Batti culture, and further exempted categories. No, you just accepted it. There's nothing amusing about it. You said that some practices have carried on. It was a colony in 2010. What stopped you? That's my question to you. Under UPA 1 and UPA 2.
Can I answer?
Yes,
can I answer,
go ahead.
please? Miss Nupur, I can just only smile. I can just only smile, or you can, or even I can laugh at what you are saying. What I said was, what we inherited is a semi-colonial country. Any person who has a bit of education, who understands a bit of modern history, will understand that the practices that were there during the colonial
Dr. Hussain, I need to step in. No, Dr. Hussain, I need to step in. I need to step in right now. I have a very limited time on this debate. There are more points that I want to bring out. No, it is a British Raj legacy. It's a British Raj legacy that you have carried on. As an Aam Aadmi myself, I hated the red beacons on the road of our country, where it was clear that you were putting a wall between the Aam Aadmi, the people who vote for you, and also the people who are elected. Nupur, just a second. Nupur, just a second. I need to get Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari right now. Nupur, I need to get Ghanshyam Tiwari in this debate right now, because there's another important point. Now, Mr. Tiwari, here is the point for you. You're representing the Samajwadi Party, which ruled Uttar Pradesh as well. You have Yogi Adityanath coming in with a Yogi Raj that's being much applauded for his steps that he's taken. But I want to get your sense on what Bijinder Yadav of Bihar has said. Now, this is Bihar Power Minister who's alleged now our federal structure is under cloud, because according to the new notification that will be notified, according to the draft rule of what the cabinet is mulling on, the section 1084 of Motor Vehicle Act, which gave the power to the state to permit the vehicles which are specifically designated for emergency. So states earlier could figure out which are the vehicles designated for emergency and what color light they should have. It will be decided by the center now. They've completely done away with the power which has been given to state to also analyze the list who gets which beacon, saying everybody is exempt. Even in the emergency category, now the center will have the say. Do you believe that this is also another example of how center is consolidating power?
Absolutely. I think we have already seen this government coming in and voting for reform in election funding, and then backstabbing the voter by saying any company can put in any amount of profit to anonymously to a political party. Even in this Motor Vehicle Act, and Nupur can come in on this, they have reduced the provision for insurance. If you get hit by a drunken driver, you have less provisions than the previous act. They have strengthened the arms of the state to deal with aggregators of cars like Uber and Ola. So in some way, this policy supports Uber and Ola and does not give power to state to make its own policies.
I understand there's a Motor Vehicle Act where numerous other provision has come out.
I'm talking about the same act.
Yes,
I can answer that.
I'm talking about the same act.
Yes,
so when you look
yes,
at
I know the act. I've read the act. I've read the act. My important point is also that how the federal structure of the country is now alleged to be under the cloud, under a threat.
The provisions in this act have strengthened the central government over and above state government. The provisions in this act have strengthened. Nupur, we have spoken thrice.
Okay, I have just 2 minutes on the debate. Nupur, I want you to rebut to that. I want your response on that. Nupur, your turn. Okay, Mr. Tiwari, we've heard you. I just have 2 minutes more on this debate. Nupur, very quickly, what do you want to say?
And final point is, when the Prime Minister said every person is important, he failed to answer.
All I want to say is that he might have read the act, but he's probably not reading the judgments. He probably needs to go to the judgments of the Supreme Court. Okay, Ghanshyam, I am Nupur.
Ghanshyam, I am Nupur. Whatever their caste is.
Ghanshyam, please, I am Nupur. I think you need to go to the Supreme Court judgment, which actually has increased, please allow me, has increased compensation, has made the law stricter under Motor Vehicle Act. Please, half-baked knowledge, twice as dangerous. Please go back not only to the Act, but also the Supreme Court and also the Delhi High Court judgments on this matter.
But Nupur, here's another point, and I want your response on this very quickly. I have just about a minute. Just 60 seconds to get this on, Nupur. I want your response on this.
Don't fall for the propaganda of your own party.
Mr. Tiwari,
I'm a practicing lawyer. It's all right.
Okay, Mr. Tiwari.
Half-baked knowledge, twice as dangerous.
All right, Nupur, okay. Nupur, you say half the knowledge is dangerous. Nupur, you say half the knowledge is dangerous. Nupur, you say half the knowledge is dangerous. What about the fact that after Lal Batti, even as the Prime Minister says every person is important, will we see BJP reigning in rogue netas? Your ally, another example, Ravindra Gaikwad, who was caught in the wrong. He had assaulted an Air India senior staffer. We haven't seen any neta, even from the BJP, going up to the Lok Sabha speaker and complaining against him. When you say that Lal Batti culture of entitlement should end, shouldn't it start from now beyond Lal Batti, or is it just a tokenism that the government is espousing for vote bank politics?
No, not at all. Absolutely agree with you. Nobody is entitled to anything that they did not earn or work for. That's point number one. We all, the whole country saw when the Civil Aviation Minister made a statement on the floor of the House. What was the ruckus created? And we grounded him for a week. Let's be honest about that too. But the opposition
no, you didn't ground him, Nupur. He was shown his place. He was shown his place by the consortium of the domestic carriers who said we will not fly him. He was shown his place, and this is exactly what happened and will happen in modern democracy, and that's the signal coming out. Lal Batti ending is just a start, because it should be just a tokenism, is my point. It should not just be a tokenism, and that's my point. I'm afraid I'm out of time on this debate. But Nupur, thanks for joining us. Dr. Hussain, thanks for joining us. And Ghanshyam Tiwari, thanks for joining us. With a hope that now our netas are listening, that Lal Batti culture doesn't end with just a eulogy of every person is important. We need examples to be practiced in reality for netas to understand that they are servants of the people and not the other way around. With a hope that we'll see that change democracy. We end this.